This heart, it beats, beats for only you. This heart, it beats, beats for only you. Oh. This heart, it beats, beats for only you. My heart is yours. This heart, it beats, beats for only you. My heart is yours. This heart, it beats, beats for only you. My heart is yours. This heart,
That is what ultimately
beats for only
There's no one in the
And do you give her to speak of her own accord?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. You may be seated. Welcome, everybody. We've gathered here for a very special occasion. Today, two hearts will be joined, two families, two separate sets of friends. And even though you're separated in blood today in love and law, you'll be one family. Now, I do believe that you two do know each other. So you're welcome to stand a little closer.
Hello.
I'm glad you've met. Today, two separate families will be joined. But before we begin, I do have to ask some legal questions. So without further ado, do you, Sean Hancock, declare as far as you know there is no lawful impediment to propose marriage here today to Cailyn, Lisa, Dawtrey, and you call all here to witness that you take each other as husband and wife?
Yes. I do. Yes, I do. Yes,
The
I do.
yes was the right one. Do you, Cailyn, Lisa, Dawtrey, declare as far as you know there is no lawful impediment to propose marriage to Sean Hancock here today, and you call all here to witness that you take each other as husband and wife? And now I ask all of our witnesses, if you know of any lawful impediment, lawful only, why they cannot be joined, you may speak now. Yeah, the look was given. So thank you, so we can continue. So I want to welcome everybody here today when it's such a special occasion, when two people take that threshold of life and this wonderful milestone. It's always beautiful when they can celebrate it with their friends and family, and even ones over the seas and on streaming here right now today. So we can all enjoy this wonderful occasion together with you all. We've come because of love and because of marriage. So we ask those questions: what is love? What is marriage? My godson, when he was 4 years old, he said to me, I can't go to heaven yet, I've never been married. So when we're younger, we think it's something that we have to do when we get older. We get a house, we get a car, we get a spouse, and this is the things that we do. But when we realize, we find that special person we make this commitment to, we realize it's a lot more than that. There's a lot more layers, and we get to find those layers within each other. So you say, what is love? The most accurate answer I can give to you is a lifelong journey of discovering what it is. Every single time we think we know what we're doing, we get surprised again. And today we celebrate your love, a very unique love. From the day that you met until we are standing here today, all the days before we're celebrating, today and your future days together. And this is your love. And this is the love you're going to carry for the rest of your life. And when it is your last day on this earth, you'll know that this is the experience I had with my partner and my version of love. There is a few things we do for each other, has that nurturing feeling of what love is. And it is when we're nurtured. So when we're unified, but we still have our own individuality, when we're safe, when we bring out the best qualities in each other, when we're open to change, when we're intimate, when we're honest, when we're accepting of each other's limitations, when we're able to accept commitment, and we can discover ourselves in one another, and we can grow. So you say, how do we grow? Well, today, Mother Nature is on her best behavior. And she is our biggest teacher on how to grow. And how does she grow? She grows through different seasons. You're exactly the same. You cannot just be in one. Too much sun, things would dry. Too much rain, things would rot. And even in the winter, it looks like nothing is happening. The seeds underneath the soil, nurturing itself for better conditions, so it can rise again. And that's the natural part of it, is to go through different seasons all the time. And in every season that you're in, remember there's another one around the corner. And there's going to be difficult ones, there will be. But remember that phrase, this too shall pass, because it does. We never know how we're going to get there when we're in it, how we're going to get past. And we get to the other side and we realize we are a lot stronger than we ever thought we were. We really underestimated our strength and our ability to tough through all of the situations. So remember that this too shall pass. Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity was to repeat the same thing over and over again and want things to change. If you've ever come to that point in your relationship, now it's time for adventure. Time to go into the dark places that you never thought you should go. All those weird things that people have suggested. Grab each other's hand, walk together in the darkness, trip over each other's feet, giggle, laugh, maybe say a few words, but you'll find it together. Find something new, something you haven't ever tried before. Cailyn and Sean, may you find the wisdom to adapt to the seasons and grow into a big tall tree together, adapting and learning our great life skills. As mistakes come, make amends and apologize and realize we're all doing the best we can right now with what we have until we can do better. And then we do better. I say to my students every single day, if you're making the smallest change, that's all that's needed. We don't always need these big elaborate changes in order for it to mean something. Because in a year's time, those little ones all added up to something very special. So always remember that. People grow when they are loved well. You want each other to grow? Love without an agenda. Just love as a foundation that you must grow with each other. You say, what is marriage? You're going to receive a lot of advice. And it's up to you to decide what is relevant and what is not. This is your relationship. And some things might be relevant and some things might not be relevant. And there's so many answers of what is marriage. And it's also revolved around this beautiful love that you have for each other. Your special love and your marriage. But there is one thing we do know about marriage, and that's a fundamental truth, is that marriage is support. Every single person here is suffering from something. The other person is there to help you to suffer less. And with all the skills that you have and all the support you give, you hand it to each other so the other person can grow, so you can be a team and can fulfill all of those dreams you want to fulfill, the goals and everything that you hoped for, because we want each other to do better. And that is what it is. It's support at the end of the day. Supporting through all of those good times and all of those bad. Both of you have gone through a few seasons already. Once or twice. And here we stand here today because you've realized that this is the person I want to continue to harvest the seasons together until you are that big tall tree that everyone talks about and everyone can admire. I have a few simple guidelines to give to you both. Promote what you love instead of bash what you dislike. To love someone is to accept the way that person is right now. Life is not good or bad. Life's just life. We choose to make it good or bad. The same can be with your marriage. End the day with a positive word and thought for each other. It might take you until 2 o'clock in the morning, but when you're done, make sure there's something ended in a positive note. Create your own rules that support each other. I'm very sure that there's something, or maybe a few, that the two of you do that are uniquely just for you, and that makes your relationship. Keep that going, whatever needs to be done. Be patient. If COVID has taught us anything, be patient. Sometimes things do happen that it's not going to happen in the order we'd like them to be. Never try and change the person you love. Love them as they're growing every single day. Marriage isn't perfect. It has obstacles, it takes challenges, it takes work. But after all, you realize this is so worth it because we've done this together. Always leave each other better than that first day when you found each other. To love, to forgive, and to listen. We've come to that part of the ceremony, the vows.
Yeah.
The reason why we are here today. This is not just a public declaration, and the promises that you make here today is the reason why you're here today. So when you're going to be speaking from your heart, I want you to remember this too, though. In those difficult times is the most time you should speak from your heart too. Not only in the happy times, but as you say these vows here today, your commitment for each other, I want you to remember again that these are the foundation of your marriage. But as your marriage grows, as it will, you're allowed to make more vows. And as it changes, you're allowed to build on them. When we take vows, an intention is created, the seed of an effort to follow through. These vows are therefore undefinable. We redefine them as we renew our intention to fulfill them. If you have a well-defined task with a middle, beginning, and end, you can always estimate how much effort is needed in order to complete it. The intention we produce when we say these vows extends way beyond us and our own personal identities. Who's the bravest?
Me. I am the bravest. Okay, must hold on. Whew. Alright, seems that I am the bravest. Here we go. Okay. My dearest Shronik, I can still remember the first time I saw you leaning against Mr. Cap's classroom window with the crutches from the stitches from Luke standing on the barefoot with rugby boots on. Your dreamy eyes peering mysteriously from under your dark, long wavy hair. Wow, did my heart skip a beat. And even though we weren't to meet for months later, somehow, at that moment, my heart knew that I had just laid eyes on the person that I was going to walk through life with. On this day, 15 years ago, you asked me to be your girlfriend. Little did we know what we were signing up for. Although the first few years were a roller coaster, that roller coaster was filled with growing up, learning each other, and finding ourselves. And 15 years later, here we are, standing in front of the people that we love, feeling kind of weird that they're all going to watch us kiss.
Meredith is not here.
But oh, how special this day is. As we finally make this thing official, these are some of my commitments to you. I promise that when you are struggling, to give you space, and try my best not to talk to you about your feelings right away, giving you time to process, and then encourage you to talk about your feelings to help you process them together. I promise to encourage you and motivate you to be the best version of yourself. I promise to work with you and to fight for you, discussing thoughts and feelings in order to encourage a strong family unit. I promise to keep laughing with you and let myself cry when I need to cry, and hold your hand through the happy times and the challenging. Shronik, I love you more than the bad days ahead of us. I love you more than any fight that we will ever have. I love you more than anything that tries to come between us. And I promise to choose you every day. I'm truly blessed to have found my person. I love you, Shronik, forever.
Hello, Cookie. I can't believe this day is finally here. It feels like it's taken forever, but at the same time, it feels like it was just the other day when you accepted my maple syrup and my proposal. It's strange what I've written because it almost ties into what you have said. It's hard to describe in words how I feel, because love is a difficult emotion to describe to someone. You can't truly explain to someone what it feels like, but once you know what it is, you know what it is. At least you know what it feels like for you. I've loved you for almost half my life now, but something strange happened a few years ago, and my feeling of love had changed. We moved in together, and unexpectedly, my love for you had grown. How was that possible? I wouldn't have thought that I could love you more, almost like love had some sort of ceiling. But obviously that is not the case. Love is subjective and it isn't static. Love encompasses so many different aspects. People say there are different types of love, and I agree. For example, I love everyone that is here today, be it a family love or a friendship love, or loving something specific within something else, like their laugh, hugs, wisdom, bravery, or compassion and honesty. Then about after then about a year after moving in together, we were forced into lockdowns. And once again, my love for you had grown as our time together increased exponentially. And I now realize that I love you in all the before mentioned ways, and it was my love for you in all the different aspects that had grown. I love you like my family, in the way I love my best friends, for all your qualities that make you you, and in ways that I've never loved anyone else. Fast forward today, and I can't wait to find out about all the new ways that I will love you. I promise when you are struggling to comfort you and talk about your feelings. I promise that when you I promise to encourage you and motivate you to be the best version of yourself. I promise to work with you and not against you, discussing thoughts and feelings to encourage a strong family unit. I promise to be next to you every morning when you wake up. I promise to protect you and hug you and make you delicious food.
Thank you. It's very beautiful vows and wonderful foundation. And completely right. What is love? As we say, a lot of poems will sit there and say that love is hurt and love is pain, but that's insecurities and fears. Because you're right. Love is so powerful, it will take away the insecurities. It takes away the fears. And it's something that we can never try and describe, no matter how well we actually try and get there. Please, can you hold your right hands together? That's the right. Maybe they'll tell you at the reception what that's about. Look at one another. Remember this amazing moment in time. Before this moment, you've been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, dancing partner, even teacher, for you have learned so much from each other. Shortly, you're going to say a few words that are going to take you across the threshold of life, and things between you can never be the same. Because after today, you can say to this world, this is my husband, and this is my wife. Sean Hancock, do you commit to Cailyn Lisa Dawtrey to love, honor, respect, communicate, to look to your own emotional health as well as each other's, to be supportive and comfort in your partner's time of sickness and in health, as long as you shall live? And do you declare that you willingly wish to be in a marriage here today?
I do.
Say it.
I do.
Do you, Cailyn Lisa Dawtrey, commit to Sean Hancock to love, honor, respect, communicate, to look to your own emotional health as well as each other's, to be supportive and comfort for your partner in times of sickness and in health, as long as you shall live? And do you declare that you willingly wish to be in marriage here today?
I do.
These are the hands of your best friend. They're young, they're strong, and they're full of love. These are the hands that will work alongside yours to build your life together. These are the hands that will passionately love you and care for you for many, many years. These are the hands that will hold you when you have fear or grief that torments your mind, but with one touch can comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will give you strength when you struggle. These are the hands that support and encourage you to chase down every single dream. These are the hands that will tenderly hold you and keep your family as one. And these are the hands that will countless times wipe tears from your face, either from joy or from sorrow. And lastly, these are the hands that will one day, when they are wrinkled with age, are still going to be reaching for yours. May we please have the rings.
Who's first?
Sean is first.
You want me or you?
Hey? No, Sean's first. You want him on?
You have to put her ring on her.
I do.
You can take his ring. The wedding ring is a symbol of eternity. It is an outward sign of an inward and spiritual bond that unites two hearts in endless love, and it is a symbol of the vows that you have made here today. People often say that the wedding ring has no beginning and end because it's a full circle, but there is a beginning and there is an end, because diamonds itself take thousands of years before we can excavate. And metal takes a lot of intention in order for it to become such a beautiful shape. As you look at these rings over the years, I want you to remember that you've created something invaluable, and just as I know you'll protect these rings, I know that you'll protect the promises that you've made here today. We'll start with Sean. Please repeat after me. I, Sean,
Give you, Cailyn,
this ring as a symbol of my love.
this ring as a symbol of my love.
As I place it on your finger,
As I place it on your finger,
I commit the whole of my heart
I commit the whole of my heart
and my soul to you.
and my soul to you.
I promise to cherish you
I promise to cherish you
for the rest of my days.
for the rest of my days.
I give you all that I am,
I give you all that I am,
and I accept all that you are.
and I accept all that you are.
Pass me your tissue. I, Cailyn,
I, Cailyn,
give you, Sean,
give you, Sean.
this ring as a symbol of my love.
Use this ring as a symbol of my love.
As I place it on your finger,
As I place it on your finger,
I commit the whole of my heart
I commit the whole of my heart
and my soul to you.
and my soul to you.
I promise to cherish you
I promise to cherish you
for the rest of my days.
for the rest of my days.
I give you all that I am,
Give you all that I am.
and I accept all that you are.
Accept all that you are.
Never take each other for granted. You've been brought together for a purpose. Life is a way of challenging even the strongest of relationships, and make it your priority to carve out time together, to love, laugh, and enjoy each other. Great relationships are a product of intention, not serendipity. Great relationships require nurture, time, and trust. It's another way of saying that I am committed to you. The wedding ceremony is abundant of symbolism. Today they've chosen the drinking of the beer. You're committed to yourselves, to one another through sacred vows. Your unique selves have found one another and have become one. In honor of your uniqueness, in a moment, I'll be inviting you to bring forward your beers. Each of you will represent your individual lives, your family, your friends, and individual selves. It is important to remember that you are still an individual. However, you are now part of a stronger, indestructible team, backed by a very powerful emotion that's also known as love. Water is the essence of life, but when water is combined with grains, hops, and yeast, the outcome is a glorious beer. So too shall the product of your union. It is the unselfish union between beer's basic ingredients that make the finished product truly magical. So too will it be your marriage. Love is the water of your beer. Trust is the grain that will give you your marriage its character and strength. Passion is like the hops that will add the fragrance and the spice to your life together. Your commitment to one another is like the yeast that acts as the catalyst to make this glorious union a wonderful, wonderful thing to be possible. Now that the yeast has been added and the fermentation of your love has begun, there are vast challenges and changes ahead. Open your hearts wider than you have ever been open before and rise up to meet all of your challenges and your changes. As you drink the beer, consume these changes, and as you pour the beers together, you'll be representing the two individual selves becoming one, creating a life that is richer and more magnificent than the lives that you have had alone. Please go pour your drink and come back to the front.
Still more in the glass.
May your lives be rich and greatly satisfying, like the sip of beer. Please.
That's good. That's really tasty.
You don't have to down it, right?
No, you don't have to down it. No, don't.
Okay.
Can you please take it back?
Nah.
Please hold your hands. Blessed be this union with the gifts of the eastern powers of the air, whose breath we share of our lives. Communication of the heart, the mind, and the body. Fresh beginnings at the rising of every single sun, and the knowledge of growth found in the sharing of all the silences. Blessed be this union with the gift of the southern powers of fire, warmth of the heart and the home, the heart of the passion, and the light created to illuminate all of your darkest times. Blessed be this union with the gifts of the western sea, the deep commitments of the lake, the swift excitement of the river, the refreshing cleansing of the rain, and the all-encompassing passion of the sea. Blessed be this union with the gifts of the northern powers of the living earth, firm foundation on which to build, fertility of the fields, and a stable home for you always to return. May this couple be blessed in their love and their marriage as long as they shall live and love together. On this day, you've affirmed the relationship you've already enjoyed, looking to the future and to keep and strengthen it. You'll be yours in plenty and in want, in sickness and in health, in failure and in triumph. Together you will dream and you will live as one while respecting one another. You will stumble, but you can restore each other, and you'll share all things. May you each enjoy a healthy life, filled with love, joy, stability, and growth. Finally, in the tradition of the Jewish tradition, we'll be breaking the glass. The shattered glass symbolizes the fragility of relationships and reminds us that we must treat our relationship with special care and also breaking down of barriers between people of different cultures and faiths. It's also a reminder that working through the challenges and celebrating the success of life is always best done when you've done it together. Inform everybody that what I want to say, once they've broken the glass, I want you to all cheer, the big cheer, Mazel Tov. So please wait for that moment. Before you were born, you and your soulmate were one, single soul. Both entered this world separately. It took many journeys before you found each other again. Along the way, you received many lessons, and now you've returned to one another to be joined again. As this glass shatters, may your marriage never break. Please, with me at the glass. I declare that here today, that Cailyn and Sean have entered into a marriage, and by the power vested in me from the Spiritual Humanist Church, you are now as your hearts have always known to be, both in love and in law, as husband and wife. You may kiss. We'll be signing the register now, so if you can please make your way outside and grab some confetti and build a tunnel. We'll be joining you shortly, and can the witnesses please stay behind. Did they bring copies of their IDs as well?
It's okay, I know someday I'm gonna be with you. It's okay, I know someday I'm gonna be with you. Speak to me, my heart is free, my love has gone away. Tell me true, my heart is blue, my love has gone away. It's okay, I know someday I'm gonna be with you. It's okay, I know someday I'm gonna be with you. It's okay, I know someday I'm gonna be with you. Someday I'm gonna be with you. It's okay, I know someday I'm gonna be with you. It's okay, I know someday I'm gonna be with you. It's okay, I know someday I'm gonna be with you. It's okay, I know someday I'm gonna be with you.
Dance me to your beauty like a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch, be my homeward dove, and dance me to the end of love. Please dance me to the end of love.
Ooh, let me see your beauty when the witnesses are gone. Ooh, let me feel you moving like they do in Babylon. Ooh, show me slowly what I only know the limits of.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you for watching and being here, even though you're not here.
Yeah.
I don't know who we're speaking to.
We're speaking to a lot of people.
But thank you very much.
Thank you so
for
much.
joining.
We
We wish you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wish that you were here, and we miss you all very much. You are all very, very special to us, and we are so grateful that you were able to at least be a part of it in some way. But thank you.
Thank you. We love you guys.
Can count the years on hand that we've been together. I need the other one to hold you, make you feel better. It's not a walk in the park to love each other, but when our fingers interlock, can't deny you're with it. 'Cause after all this time, I'm still into you. I should be